it looks like, okay, what is he cooking in the backyard? 1.2 kilos, 1.4 kilos. So I installed the freshwater tank, sits just super nice underneath the van. Today it's time for the grey water. I found this one online. It contains 12 liters, which is a little bit low, and because of other installations that I have done and is going to do on the van, I could not go with a bigger tank. I also did not find a bigger tank that was like longer with the same dimensions, okay? Because I have a footstep there right under the sliding door, so I cannot really fit in a tank that is similar to the freshwater. So I'm going to go with this one, and I'm going to go with this one to attach it there. And that will give me more or less 25 liters in total, which is enough. I'm going to attach them with these ones, like I did with the other, with the M10 nut. I'm also going to attach this one. It's an electric valve, so I can empty the tank from like with inside of the van. I'm going to have this one. This is like a drain system. It is going to come down to the tank somewhere. I'm also going to have this one, which is air out, okay? So, same principle as the freshwater. Water in, air out. I'm also going to attach what's inside of this box. So the tank here is 42 centimeters. And the big long like pipe here is like a meter. And of course I'm going to use this one. On this one I'm going to have one, but I will figure out exactly where it's going to be. So for those of you who have not seen my earlier video, this is what I'm talking about. It's a step here, okay, for to step into the van actually. So the space here is not as big as on the other side, like on the very edge here, just under where I'm going to step into the van. I moved the pipe for the exhaust there, like I just switched side for the clamp, and I put it some heating tape there. But I think I want the tank to come here and then the tube attached on this side going in that direction. Either it will come out here depending on how far from the tank it will come, or it will sit like this in the same angle. So you place it where you want to have it. You just look so it does not go over the curves here, because you want it to be attached like on the flat surface on the inside. Like that. It's a 35 mil. And that is required to fit this one in, to fit this one on. This is a nice one. It's like US solid. This is like 1 inch. In my first van, I went with a sink that had like, I think it was like 35 mil or something in the sink itself, okay? And then I went down to the tank and out with like a super small valve into something like this. What happened was that it got stuck. Everything got stuck, even the water got stuck, because this small pipe fills up in like, what, a week. You don't want it to be like and then get stuck and it starts to crawl up and it starts to smell in the van, and no. Okay, it starts to look nice. And of course I did it in the wrong way, so I should have done the big hole first, but okay. If I just give it a go here with like some sealing, like Sikaflex or something, it will not really hold the tube in place. So I'm thinking about going with 2 screws here. I don't need it to be this long inside of the tank. So if I cut it here, then the screws can come there. T20. I'm going to seal it up, like on the inside here, and I'm going to seal around here, and then I'm going to drill a hole in this one, which is going to be here, to have the water in. The cover here, that should be in the very end, because the tank goes like under the whole sliding door, and I'm definitely not going to have the tap like visible in the sliding door opening. You feeling me here? So it's going to be like closer to the bed. So a hole that is like 55, 56 mil something is way bigger than that one. That just slides through, as you see. However, I wanted it to be bigger because I cut this off from the top of that pipe. And this should be going in here, because on the top of this one it's even wider, so it cannot go through. It will not drop down in the pipe or in the tank. And then on top of this one I'm going to attach the pipe that is coming like from the sink. So I will need to drill like a 50 hole in the floor of the van. More or less here was the center. My estimation was not that idiot. So let me give you a pro tip here. As you can see, it's a little bit of angle there, so the like big drill is just slipping. So if you take a smaller drill like this one, or even a smaller one than that, you just make a hole. So the other one, this one, has something to attach into. Then it's a different story. Nice! You remember I mentioned to not put any screws, like when you put the first like wood beams and stuff, and the insulation, because now it's possible for me to drill exactly wherever I want. Here, 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 and I don't need to think about screws being in there. Try it out with this one. And there is just great. The bed is coming there, it's going to here somewhere, and then I want the sink to come somewhere here. I definitely don't want the sink to come here and like have the tap boink right up, you know, when the door is open. No, it's not good. 2 holes with some rust protection painted in it. Check it out. So I put another layer of this like foil aluminium tape here. I also put a screw up in there to not have the pipe against the tank. And I could not really fit in a clamp there because I also don't want it to be too close to the cable on the other side. So 2 of this, rock solid, sits very good. Here the air out comes. And I cut it off 12 centimeter to have it like attached here. So if there is a water or something here, it just drips right down on the ground. And you may say that this is not going to last. All right, I say like this. In the event of this breaks down when I'm driving or something, if it just get loose or something like that, I can guarantee you in that case I will order a complete new system from the US for like $2,000, right? Here is the pipe coming now. It's like 50, and this one for the water in. I decided to come up right there, you know, I took the cover out. So there I have a hole, which is like super good. And then I drilled a hole in this one. So this is going to be like on the underside, like that. And all the cables is going to come in here. So it's awesome to use these like step drills. A little bit more. There, 10. You never have too much, huh? Metal screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, and a big one there. You may wonder why a big one. I'm also going to attach what's inside of this box. And then this cable together with this and this. And I don't have a heat gun today, so I'm going to use a lighter. And you know I'm a nerd, okay? So I mean I can do videos here that are like 1 hour long of connecting cables, but I'm not going to do it. So I'm just going to connect all the cables, extend them, and come up through the hole. Deja vu. So let's see here. Here's the display. Chose to go with the bigger one instead of having this like 5-inch mini micro small. Right, here we go. A truck. Right, cam 1, cam 2. Here, like this. I can honestly not decide where to put it. Because the more I look at the monitor here, the more confused I get of which angle I want. I can put it here, but it's so close to the ground. And then I was thinking about putting it here, like under the storage here. Then I have a bigger view, which is nice. You need to be a little bit of nerd and idiot to want to watch when the gray water comes out though. And then I will need this. Just going to light up and see how much action it is in this one. If it's not enough, I have a second one. Right. I was thinking about maybe having it here, because I want to light up definitely where the water comes out. This hole is just perfect to mount the lamp. So it will go in this order: screw, washer, bracket, washer, lock washer, nut. And then here I go. I'm just fucking with you. Of course I'm not going to have the check valve. I'm going to have the filter like on the other side, and also here a little bit further in, so if it drips from it, it's not seen from when you're standing next to the van. So check it out, how clean. Nothing under anymore. That's great, because one sensor comes up here in the same hole as the water comes in, and it's going to be attached into the device here inside the van. The other, of course, it comes up here, because this is like professional done. So you can see I have attached all the cables there for the meter there. That goes on when I open this. And then this, la pierre de résistance. So we're out here, a lamp and a camera and an electric valve up there, right? So when the power goes on, when I press the button, everything comes on, so I can see exactly what's happening. So it will be like this. And the reason why I put the camera there at the end is because then I am in the line with the drain here, huh? So the camera is going to be on the whole time, because it's 2 channels, huh? So I'm going to use the other one for another thing on the van. But when I'm done driving and I see here underneath the van, okay, then I know here is the drain is going to come out here. So then I can just park or drive in or wherever, exactly where I want it to drop down. I connected the valve and the lamp up in here, and then I pulled up a cable into the junction box. There are 2 free spaces here, okay? But since I have always an ace in my sleeve, it is for a purpose, because one of these is for the signal, for the light and everything here. The other one is 12 volt coming down. If you want a closer look, the camera sits like this. It's not a night vision on this camera, but it's not needed because I installed this queen here. And then it comes up right here, exactly as planned. So I'm just going to pull all the cables like under the heater, in here, and then in here I'm going to install some kind of fuse box. I don't know exactly where it's going to be, but I was thinking about somewhere here, up in here, because I don't need to see it like the whole time. I mean, I'm not going to have it here. I mean, that looks just weird. That looks like, you know, like this, your neighbor Leffe, you know, who just bought his like 2nd or 3rd camper. And he's like, oh, it's so comfortable. Oh, look here, I have a backup camera. I can just look at it, so to say, when it's needed, but it's not. It does not take unnecessary space and attention. You feel me? If you saw my first van, you know that I had the also like a drain system from the grey water tank inside the van. So I opened it with a like manual valve. Immediately when I built that van or converted, I was like, I have seen so many people, they take or 20-liter water here, or I'm going to empty here, or they come with a trolley. They just, oh my God, I was like, why this hard work? Gray water with camera, check. Have a great evening. So now it's like 9 in the evening and neighbors having a party. But I wanted to test it out here to see. Check it out now. Super nice. Look at it. How sweet, huh? And it gives a pretty nice light here as well. And from a longer distance, looks like this. Super nice. This is what I'm talking about. And then water comes down here. And I can see all the way to, okay, it's more or less half a meter in front of it. So that's super nice. Time well spent.